Welcome everybody to the Red G Fox channel. Yes, thank you for joining us. Today we are going to do something that I love to do, and that is to react to something I've already seen 100 times. But it's still fun to watch it, talk, and comment about what your favorite part is with this and how funny it is. Am I the only one who really thinks this is that funny? But today we're going to talk about an episode that surprisingly is really low ranked when it comes to overall ratings on IMDb, and that is The Director. That has George Foreman. That instantly, to me, makes this an episode of 7.5. I mean, of course, if it's terrible, but it's not terrible. It has some very funny moments, and it's got a running gag where if you know anything about Damon Wilson, he was I mean, the guy can do everything, but he was also a dancer, and they frequently make jokes about him, instead of being a doctor, a dancer. And you even see Red Fox right here, you can see it. He's actually cracking up because that was a real joke they were kind of teasing him on during that episode. And he had to keep correcting him where he'd go, a doctor. And he's all, I'm sorry, a dancer. But what we're going to watch today is a part at the end when Fred actually becomes director. So we're not doing an episode breakdown, right? We're not going to get to this episode for a couple years. But what I wanted to do is, it's one that I absolutely love. We've actually watched with our live show in the past and with other viewers, and such a great time. But what's funny is when Fred takes over as director, he's really annoying. George Foreman comes in and he's like, hey, I'll help this. They're going to put on a play to help the workshop that Lamont is an actor in. Hey, here we go. Season 5, he's still acting, which I love. They kept that consistent. But George Foreman comes in and Fred bugs the crap out of the director. The director takes off and now they're like, hey, we got no play. Freddie G will step up as George Foreman calls him. Let's see right here.
Seeing that we're all kind of amateurs at this, I've got a feeling that Freddie G has got just what it takes to get us through it. Places, everyone!
I love it. He's all, I think Freddie G, man. And then even when Fred comes in with the bald look, he's like, you look fantastic, Freddie G. I love when he calls him Freddie G. Now, when we get to George Foreman, is he a great actor? Probably now he's much better. But at that time, this is after he lost the championship and he was done with boxing. So he was coming into the entertainment industry, and I thought he did a really good job acting. The problem was, he messes up a lot of times, like little parts, if you pay attention.
But you're going to have to be more considerate of Lamar and the other actors.
Time he's talking about Lamont, and he calls him Lamar. Another time, he laughs off key at many times where he's not supposed to laugh. He really starts laughing. And you can see Lamont, the other actors are like, you know, they just play along with it. And the point where at the end, spoiler alert if you have not seen it, at the end when he breaks his hand, supposedly, he walks out and he's supposed to have his hand in holding this hand. He opens the door with his broken hand and has he messes up the hand. So he does a lot of little things that if you pay attention, you're like, yeah. But that doesn't lower the episode. It makes it more enjoyable. It's funnier in my opinion. So he gets in there and now Fred comes in as the director. And Fred says there needs to be some changes made. Let's look at those.
Champion's got to be gentler. And the brothers got to be more cultured, educated, and have an English accent.
I mean, he's in there. Yeah, we need it, and it needs to be more cultured. So now he wants to add an accent, an English accent to Lamont. So let's watch it right here. I'm going to actually have it on here. I'm going to watch it with you. Oh, man, let's get some laughs in here on this. Because this is one I think a lot of times people forget. You know, diehard fans, they don't really bring it up and talk about it a lot.
And the brothers got to be more cultured, educated, and have an English accent.
Say what?
I love Lamont.
You heard me, dummy. An English accent. An added dimension to the character, old chap.
Why would I have an English accent?
Because I said so. See, you'll have class like all those English actors. Richard Burton, Alec Guinness, and Julie London.
That's ridiculous, Pop. I'm playing the part of a guy from the ghetto, man, struggling to make it to the top. I'm not playing the Scarlet Pimpernel.
Let's pause it.
I'm not going to do it.
Listen,
All right. So this is funnier than heck already. But the fact that Fred wants to do that, every time I've seen this, I always think of Alec, when he says Alec Guinness. Julie London's hilarious as well when he throws that in. But Alec Guinness, I go, could Lamont, that would have been great if Lamont could have played Obi-Wan Kenobi. Even now with Damon Wilson, if he's older. But man, that would have, so that cracks me up. I'm like, because Lamont does a good job with his accent here. So to see him, if he had played, I just always think of Obi-Wan Kenobi when I think of Alec Guinness. But he was a distinguished actor, and he actually regretted doing Star Wars. He thought it was nonsense later in life. Little did he know. But let's get back to this. Yeah. So Fred's saying, hey, let's change this. But Lamont's 100% right. It's the ghetto. It's not going to have a bunch of guys talking like that. So, I mean, look at and watch George Foreman right here. You can already see he's kind of laughing. Wait till Lamont starts speaking. There's times where George Foreman randomly laughs where it's like, I think he was supposed to laugh a second after. Let's just watch it.
Listen, I'm the director, and you're gonna do what I say. Now, you know the closing line to Act One?
Yeah, I know
I like
my line. Sending me to school.
Elroy holding the sweet roll.
Now, just imagine
Sweet
the
roll.
impact of that when the audience hears, shipping off to Oxford.
Even George Foreman laughed. That's it, laughing.
Charming, rather marvelous. That's directing. Give me a chair, Elroy. Chair. That's some fresh sweet roll.
Fresh sweet roll.
All right, now we
So
go.
we
Take
see
it
all
back from
that.
the top.
Now we know that, hey, what is expected of him. We heard Fred do it. Fred cracks me up. Red Fox doing an English accent. He does a really good job. I would love to see him. I wonder, comment below if you've ever seen him do anything where he played a role where he had an English accent, because I thought he did an outstanding job. Lamont does a great job as well. So let's get to that right here. I skipped the part where they talk to him about, hey, you know what? He's all, I can't cry no real tears. And he's all, put on, what do you wear, size 9? He's all, put on some size 7s. You'll cry tears. We skipped that. Let's get to this. Now they're getting ready to go try the part again.
Biff, I don't like this any more than you do.
Well, I say, it's just not cricket, actually.
Look at George Foreman laughing. And then he stops because no one else is.
Failing to win on purpose is rather bourgeoisie, I say.
How did the Bob Wilson
I don't have a choice. If I win, they'll kill me.
Oh, my. You are a marvelous chap and the most wonderful brother gentleman could have.
You do the same for me.
It's so
I
funny.
would, and I shall try to be the best physician in the nation, my dear brother.
Hold it. Now, before you leave, look at him and give him a pat on the shoulder.
All right. My dear brother.
All right, now, there's something missing. A reaction from the champ.
I could,
Listen, no, you just hush. I'll do the thing for you, champ. That's my job, see? Now,
That's
you
what
do
Fred's
it fine,
mean.
George, but the guy
awful.
who
How do
plays
you
your
say that?
brother.
hey, that's your son.
I think that's what he
At
calls
home,
him,
my
Lamar.
son.
Watch.
Here, he's just a guy who's playing your brother, and he stinks.
Look, Freddie G, I appreciate the way you stepped in and took over, but you're gonna have to be more considerate of Lamar and the other actors.
Director's
It's
like,
too
just
late,
let it
just
go.
isn't any good.
He's not good enough for Broadway, but honestly, I don't think you are either.
You think I'm too tough?
Tough and rough.
Thank you.
I love it.
So let's lighten up and have some fun around here, okay?
Okay, you got it. Eugene,
Look at it.
look.
Apologize for making you wear those shoes and cry. I like it.
Okay.
Let's pause right here for one last time. So they're going to go up right now, and Lamont's going to do it again. But what's funnier than heck is watch everybody afterwards when Lamont does it again before he flips out and says, look, because everyone's laughing at him. The guy behind Lamont right here in this picture, he's got a beanie and a toothpick. He is laughing so hard, you actually see him wiping tears away. He's crying. And it's so believable because just imagine how many times they had to do this take, right? I think that's why they let it go with George Foreman when he said Lamar or when he laughs. Because they're like, these are the best we can get, you know, wrapping up the show in one night. It's like, so I think they just said, let it slide. It was good enough, right? Lamont, same thing. People won't really care. But the people in the background, they're all dying. The guy in the beanie always kills me with the toothpick after Lamont does it again and he starts flipping out. Okay, let's start watching it again.
From where?
We'll do the whole ending, but let's go over your exit speech first.
Heck
All
yeah.
right.
I gotta hear the exit speech. Once wasn't enough. Here we go.
Well, it's just not cricket, actually.
See, now George supposed to laugh. Look at everyone laughing.
Look how everybody's laughing at me. Now, I'm not gonna
Look at the guy in the background behind Lamont.
myself when this play starts like this. Before
See,
you came
he's
in this
wiping the
play
tears.
had hearts and guts and it meant something. And you came in here and changed it all around and now it don't mean nothing. It's just foolish. I'm gonna do it my way.
Okay. Maybe you're right, but that was it. That anger, that fury, that emotion, that was acting.
See, Fred's a good
Should
director.
we do the whole act now?
Now, champ, you just decided to.
All right. We're done right there. So that's it with that scene. We're not done with the show. We're just done with that. That is a part that, to me, is one of the funniest that I've seen probably in, let's say, top 100 scenes, right? I mean, it can get up there. Just seeing Damon Wilson or Lamont and Fred both do those English accents, and then to see the reaction with the crowd and the background people, how they're busting up, and Lamont gets so pissed. It's so funny. Comment below if you think, hey, you know what, this is a great scene, or you're like, it's okay. You know, you don't really get a kick out of Lamont and Fred doing English accents and Fred changing the whole play, and then even his interaction with when he's all rough and tough, and Fred's all, thank you. But from here on, basically, George Foreman goes, he punches, he hurts his hand, and it ends. But he still gives them money, so it ends well. It ends well, as like most episodes. This is not one where it ends where Lamont gets no money, right, when his things break or he gets swindled. This is one where, hey, all well that ends well. So that is it with our reaction. And what are your thoughts on George Foreman episode, that scene we just broke down and watched? Have a great weekend. Be safe. I'm so bummed because originally I was supposed to do our live game show instead of this episode. I was going to do it this Friday. We were going to do it. I was going to give everyone, it's going to be eventually just for members only when we get enough members. But there's going to be gift card, Amazon, or maybe even the complete set of Sanford and Son DVD for the winner. And it's going to be like a month-long season. And it's going to have every other week have a live game show. The winner of that will get points and carry on like a regular season like baseball or something. So it's going to be fun. But I can't because my youngest son has baseball from 5 to 7 a game. And then I coach flag football from 8:30 to about 9:30. So I cannot do it. And I was so bummed. I forgot my son had a baseball game. So that's a scratch. So instead we saw this. But that live game show is coming. So if you want, check it out first. If you really enjoy it and you say, hey, I want to be part of that, become a member afterwards. But until then, you can join anytime if you want as well. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And we will talk to you again on Tuesday. Look out for more shorts, too. I'm popping shorts out every day. Peace.